Howdy peeps, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. Today we're going to be talking about something that might upset some people, might open some eyes perhaps, make people think again. I like to do that occasionally. So today we're talking about T.D.S pens. How useful are they? What do they actually do? What do they tell us about our tanks? Let's find out, shall we? So, just to make life easier, scary view, no one wants to see that. Let's get the camera turned around. So here we are, turned on Pupama. So let's see what we have in the tanks. That one's at 289. That was at 305. That was at 283. Oh, let's get this away. Shelley Dwellies are at 359. And let's go have a wander. You don't want to see what we've been watching on TV or on YouTube, so look at the Flex 229 and the Mini Flex 284. Right, so now we know something. We know that this tank has less somethings in than that tank, and that these tanks have less somethings in than that tank. That's literally all we know. Now, if you weren't entirely sure, TDS stands for Total Dissolved Solids. And all you're really doing is measuring the electrical conductivity of the water. It's not really measuring anything in particular, just that there is something. Now, if you start with RO water at 0 TDS and you remineralize it to a certain level for hardness or what have you, then you have a fixed number that you know what you're starting from. So if the number changes, you can take an educated guess at what's happening. So for example, in a shrimp tank, let's say, your TDS slowly climbs up. What could that be? Well, chances are that's probably nitrates. But wouldn't a nitrate test be just as good a way of finding out? And you'd actually know exactly how much nitrate there is, because there will be all sorts of other things in the water. Phosphates, tannic acids, anything from organic compounds breaking down, leaves rotting. All these kind of things go into the water and they're a dissolved solid. So unless you know exactly where you're starting from, saying my TDS is this tells people absolutely nothing. It tells you absolutely nothing. So the TDS pen is useful if you have a known starting point. And it's a regular thing that you keep track of. Now personally for me, I very rarely even use it. I use it more as a thermometer, just to check that the heater's still working or something like that, to be honest, if I haven't got a thermometer in the tank. Because we have in that one, but you know, they're kind of hard to read. And sometimes if you just want a quick check, it's easy to pick it up, hit the button and go, oh yeah, that's what it is. Then convert it into a sensible figure from Fahrenheit into Celsius. So you know, proper scientific numbers. Yeah, we don't measure stuff in freedom units here. So yeah, all the various things that you are measuring, unless you know exactly where you're starting from. Oh, there's Lucky. Can we get close without spooking him? Oh no, we can't. Never mind. He's still doing well. Yeah, so it is just an arbitrary number unless you know exactly where you're starting from and exactly what's going on with the water. Now, first time. New baby Shellies. Yay, we got more. Yeah, so as an overall, just a quick, if you know your tank normally runs at say 200 and you stick it in, it goes 300, you're like, what's going on there? That's when you get your water testing kit out. And first we check the ammonia, unless you're relatively certain there aren't any ammonia issues. Nitrate, pH, GH, KH, nitrite, phosphate, all the other various things you can test for in water and figure out what's going on. It can be helpful as an early warning sign, but for the majority of people, unless you're using RO water remineralized and keeping a real close eye on things, it means nothing. It's up there with saying my water is wet, or in my case my water is crunchy. Oh, well, we're at it. Yep. Oh, wrong one. Oh, there goes Missy Crib. Can't see in there because it's too dark, but we do have Pelvicochromis subothalatus wrigglers in there. There's Daddy Crib. They're a posh crib, let's be honest. So there we go. That's all the T.D.S pen does, is just gives you a number. Unless you know what that number is, because you have a starting point that is known, it means nothing. So I mean, yes, if you're keeping marine or Caridina shrimp, or you are having to use RO water to get to an exact parameter for a certain type of fish, crustacean, whatever, then yeah, then they're useful. Because you know what's in the water, what you're putting in the water, and you can understand. But when you're starting with tap water, you don't know. And if you're checking your tap water TDS, well, the second you stick some dechlorinator in there, you're changing it anyway. As soon as the chlorine gas is off, it's changed it. So there we go. The usefulness or uselessness of TDS pens, I could probably go on for a bit longer and waffle about a bunch of other stuff about TDS pens, but I think you kind of get the gist. The main things to look out for is if you are getting one and you want, put it in front of the camera, and you want to actually use it and be accurate, get one that is calibratable. This one isn't. There's no calibration on it. So it's just a vague number. Now, unless the calibration drifts massively, it's not going to be an issue because you can work things out. But there we go. Anyway, thanks very much for watching and putting up with the waffle and the stuffs. Enjoy your hobby, whether you're checking TDSs or not. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. Oh God, look at all them snails.